Today's lesson is going to be on ratio and proportions. Ratio and proportions describes the relationship between what you have versus what you need. A lot of the times, ratio and proportions are used in hospital orders. Hospital orders for inpatient settings. For example, if a person is in the hospital, we'll be filling their medications that the doctor is prescribing at that time, but we'll also be prescribing whatever maintenance medications that they would be taking at home. So sometimes we would have to fill those orders on an everyday basis. What you have versus what you need can also describe the relationship between a medication that doesn't exist. For example, let's say that the doctor wants the patient to take, 300 milligrams of ibuprofen. But ibuprofen doesn't come in a 300 milligram tablet. The what you have versus what you need formula could come into play because we know that ibuprofen comes in 600. So we would take the 600 and break it down to create the 300 order that the doctor is requesting. So that's actually the case for this first example. So this first example says you have 2 milligrams of Ativan in stock, but the order is requiring 4 milligrams of Ativan. How many 2 milligram tablets do you need to fill the order? This is a very simple question because a person doesn't technically have to do a ratio and proportion setup to be able to answer this question. However, when the numbers get larger, the questions get harder. So it's better to just understand this concept, even if it's something that you can solve in your head, regardless. So what you have in stock is always going to go on the left-hand side, okay? What you have in stock goes on the left-hand side. According to this problem, it says that we have 2 milligrams of Ativan. 2 milligrams over 1. The 1 signifies a tablet because what that means is that 1 tablet is worth 2 milligrams. This 1 tablet is worth 2 milligrams. So that again goes on the left-hand side. What you need is going to go on the right-hand side. What they have told us about this problem is we need 4 milligrams. So we already have 3 pieces of identifying information to set up our ratio and proportion. We only need to solve for 1 number. We understand we have 2 milligrams. We also understand that 2 milligrams is for 1 tablet, okay? 2 milligrams over 1 because it's for 1 tablet. Then we have what we need, which is 4 milligrams over X. 4 over X. We're trying to determine how many tablets would be required for the order. So the way that ratio and proportions are set up is that you want to cross multiply and then divide. The order in which you do this is very important. You always want to make sure that you cross multiply this way. So it's going to be 4 times 1 and then divide by 2. In the calculator, I want you to put it in this way. You're going to do 4 multiplied by 1 divided by 2. And the answer just happens to be 2. Okay? You don't want to hit enter. In this particular problem, it might not happen if I did 4 times 1 enter divided by 2. It didn't happen, but I have noticed that sometimes for harder problems, if you hit enter, like within the problem, it'll give you the wrong answer. So it's better to just put it directly into the calculator as you see it and hit enter at the end. Again, the correct way to do this would be 4 multiplied by 1, then divided by 2. Then hit enter last, and the answer would be 2 tablets. So what this problem is saying, in order for me to fulfill the order that the doctor is requiring, I'm going to need 2 tablets. I need 2 tablets of 2 milligrams in order for me to obtain a 4 milligram order. Now, like I said, this is a much more simple problem that you could probably have done in your head without setting up a ratio, but the numbers get larger and they get harder, I'm telling you. Once you can understand conceptually where your pieces of information belong, then you'll be golden. And you don't even have to understand what you're doing. As long as you know where to put the numbers, you will always get the correct answer, okay? This is example number 1.